Okay guys, I'm going in. This cover is off. Here is the cam belt, all intact, and I loosen all the screws. So I just want to remove this little wire, and then here is plates that must come off, and at the other side, and then I will lift it and bring you back. Okay guys, there's the tappet cover, and here is another protective cover. So let's take this off, and then we can look at how the valves sit in these positions. Sorry. Okay, right. Oh, looks very clean inside. So I think I'm going to put it on top dead center, and then we can check number one if there is any sticky valves there, or shims in this case. Okay guys, sorry for the wind noise. I've got a break here in the rain, but it's overcast and very windy. So you can see this, the spacers there is exactly the same. So piston number one is on top dead center. That one is sort of pressed in on the valve. That one is out. That one is in and out. And number four is by going in, and the other one is sort of out. So I'm going to turn the engine and set you up, and we can see if everyone move up and down, so we will know there's no stickiness. But the wind is very bad. Okay guys, I've got you now on a microphone like this, and hopefully it will help for the wind. So let's turn it around, spin the engine, and then we will look on the video if we can see if everything do what they need to do. Okay guys, let's see. Oh, that's my spanner, sorry. Look, if everyone go down and up. Doesn't seem if there's any problem. Let's do it again. And there's good oil flow as well. Very good oil flow. Okay guys, I'm going to do a finger compression feeling from one. There is. There is. There is. And there is definitely good compression. I can feel it. And also a suction, which is probably must be for inlet. So let me give it a thought. Okay guys, now you must help me think. I'm talking with my nice microphone. Okay, I just want to discuss with you quickly. You can check that timing in 3 places. The one is the crank timing, which I believe I've already shown you with that white mark on the flywheel. That is correct. And then there is the cam timing that I've also shown you on the gear on top that drive the camshaft. That is exactly where it must be. And then there is the distributor timing, which is correct because it shows exactly, the rotor show exactly where it must go in the position. And the number 1 lead this number 1 go to piston number 1. This next one go to piston number 3, which is the firing order, then piston number 4, and then piston number 2. And that is all correct. And there is good spark statically, but we'll never know what happened when the engine is turning. And that is a brand new distributor that we never will know if it is 100% correct. This one seems to have no spark in the beginning, but I was fresh in the job, and I think I've got an idea. I must put this back and see if it got spark, because I've learned a lot in the meantime. Maybe, just maybe, there's a problem with the distributor, because that backfire and kickback and what you witnessed right in the beginning and yesterday is must be definitely electrical fault. So I think I'm going to put this on and then see if it fire, and then we can try this one. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay guys, it's back to the drawing board. It's totally dead. So now I have no idea. Let me think. Hello guys, I put you here at the distributor. Let me see there. Okay, now I'm going to turn the distributor and you will hear the fire kick in, or is inside the distributor. Sorry, I must put the battery on, just a moment. Listen carefully. I've got the speaker there, and the other distributor I have no fire, so I can't get fire on the spark plug, but listen to the spark inside the distributor. Can you hear? Ah man, that's my fault. I didn't put this on. Okay, sorry, back to square one. Now it will fire. Let's listen. Yeah. Okay, I've got fire. Okay guys, sorry for that, boo-boo. I've got fire now. Everything is back together, as you can see. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and start it with a mist of fuel, and I'm not going to put drops in, just a mist from a spray bottle. I think that might help because everything is correct. Let's try that. Okay guys, there goes nothing. Let's try with mist. Oh. Okay guys, let's try. I'm going to start it now with mist. And let's hope it comes. Where is my... Okay. Waar is my rooi dingetjie? Dis swarte. Dis hy. Okay, just hang on. I'm going to spin it and then put fuel in. Not yet. Okay guys, I've got a new strategy for the Golf. I've decided to retard the timing a little bit so that it fires just as the piston going down. That will hopefully prevent that block that you do, or the backfire. So I'm going to do that. I think that will help as well. But before I do that, I'm now busy to secure the starter better. It was always only with one bolt, because you remember this is a basket case. The gearbox was loosened up from the engine, and it is just holding on 2 bolts or 3, and to the engine, and the mountings is not all secured yet because there is a misalignment of everything. So I'm busy to do that quickly and put the other bolt through to make the starter more secure, because you can hear the starter making a different sound, because it's not lined up and it pulls skew when it takes torque. So I do that quickly and get that behind us, and then I'll retard the timing a bit, because everything is fine. It must start. So I just want to do that. I think that will really help to prevent it from total block when it sees fuel or backfire. So that is the plan forward. So in the next video we will do another startup with retarded timing. Right, my friends, and see my nice hat from Matt Scrap Whisperer. See you on the next one. Bye bye.